This isn't just money. This is the lifeblood of crime, the fuel for global corruption, and by 2026, over $3 trillion of it will be washed clean. Imagine a global economy, vast and interconnected, where a shadow system operates mirroring our own. A system where drug cartels, corrupt regimes, human traffickers, and even terrorist organizations don't just earn billions, they clean them, making their blood money indistinguishable from legitimate wealth. This isn't a theory. This is the reality of the 2026 Global Money Laundering Conspiracy, an invisible war fought with ledgers instead of bullets, and its victims are far more numerous than you could ever imagine. In the next few minutes, we're pulling back the curtain on these dark empires, revealing their sophisticated tactics, the hidden networks, and how they betray us all. The journey of dirty money from illicit gain to legitimate asset is a three-act play, a meticulously choreographed ballet of deception. We call it placement, layering, and integration. Act 1. Placement. This is where the cash, often physical and bulky, first enters the financial system. It's the riskiest stage. Think of it, tens of millions in small bills from a drug deal. You can't just walk into a bank and deposit that. So, criminals employ tactics like smurfing, breaking large sums into smaller, non-suspicious deposits made by multiple individuals across different branches. Or they might funnel it through cash-intensive businesses, known as fronts, like restaurants or casinos, where the illicit funds are mixed with legitimate revenue. On paper, it looks like a bustling business, but behind the scenes, something far more sinister is unfolding. Act 2. Layering. This is where the magic, or rather the dark art, happens. The goal is to obscure the money's origins, to create so many layers of transactions that tracking it becomes a nightmare. This involves a dizzying array of shell companies, businesses that exist only on paper, often registered in secrecy jurisdictions like the British Virgin Islands or Panama. Funds bounce from one shell company to another, from one offshore account to the next, often disguised as loans, investments, or payments for phantom services. They might buy and sell high-value assets like art or real estate, often at inflated or deflated prices, to move the money without raising alarms. It's a financial kaleidoscope designed to disorient and mislead investigators. But how do these phantom companies even get set up without anyone noticing?
That's where a legion of enablers comes in. For decades, the global financial system paradoxically has provided the very infrastructure for this layering. Banks, law firms, real estate agents, and even wealth managers, sometimes unknowingly, often willfully blind, and occasionally complicit, become the conduits. They set up the shell companies, manage the offshore accounts, and facilitate the transactions, all for a fee. The system is designed to ask who owns this, but often only gets the answer, another company. Act 3. Integration. This is the final act, where the laundered money re-enters the legitimate economy, appearing to come from a clean source. It might be used to purchase luxury assets, mansions, super yachts, private jets. It might be invested in legitimate businesses, giving criminals a stake in the real world. Or it could be used to bribe officials, fund political campaigns, or even subsidize seemingly benevolent foundations, all to expand their influence and power. This is where the dirty money truly becomes indistinguishable, blending seamlessly with the wealth of honest citizens. But the consequences of this integration are anything but seamless. The sheer scale of this shadow economy is staggering. The UN estimates that between 2% and 5% of global GDP, or $800 billion to $2 trillion, is laundered annually. But many experts believe this number is significantly higher, especially when factoring in the sheer volume of illicit funds moving through digital channels. And it's not just the classic tax havens. Jurisdictions like Delaware in the US or the City of London, with their lax corporate registration laws, have become equally attractive for those seeking anonymity. One report found over 200,000 anonymous companies registered in Delaware alone. And then came the digital revolution. For a time, cryptocurrencies were seen as the ultimate tool for anonymous transactions, a perfect playground for money launderers. The promise of untraceable, borderless transfers was irresistible. Services like mixers or tumblers would pool together various users' funds, shuffle them, and then send them out to new addresses, making it incredibly difficult to link the original source to the final destination. It was the layering stage on steroids, operating at the speed of light. But the game is always evolving. As traditional crypto became more traceable, criminals adapted, moving into nascent digital frontiers. NFTs, virtual land in the metaverse, even in-game currency in online video games. These are now being exploited.
Imagine buying a worthless NFT for millions with dirty crypto, then selling it to a complicit party for legitimate cash. The value is fabricated, the transaction is obscured, and the money is clean. It's a testament to their relentless ingenuity, but also highlights a critical vulnerability in our interconnected digital future. How do you even begin to regulate a virtual world that spans multiple countries and technologies? This isn't just about numbers on a screen or shadowy figures in distant lands. The true cost of money laundering is paid in human suffering. The billions cleaned by drug cartels directly fund the violence on our streets and the addiction-destroying families. The wealth stolen by corrupt regimes, laundered through global financial hubs, means hospitals lack medicine, schools crumble, and essential infrastructure crumbles, all while their leaders live in obscene luxury. When banks are fined billions for failing to stop money laundering, who truly pays that price? It's passed on to ordinary customers through higher fees, reduced services, and a system riddled with mistrust. It's the erosion of the very fabric of our society, funding the dark forces that destabilize nations and exploit the vulnerable. Every dollar washed clean is a dollar stolen from progress, from justice, from a safer future. It is a financial betrayal on a global scale. But the fight back is intensifying. Law enforcement agencies worldwide are leveraging advanced AI and machine learning to detect anomalous transaction patterns that human eyes would miss. Blockchain analytics firms are developing sophisticated tools to demix crypto transactions, following the digital breadcrumbs even through mixers and tumblers. International cooperation, though still imperfect, is improving, leading to unprecedented asset seizures and arrests. The cat and mouse game between criminals and investigators is becoming a technological arms race. Regulators are pushing for greater transparency, demanding beneficial ownership registries that reveal the real people behind shell companies. The travel rule for crypto, which requires financial institutions to share customer information for transactions above a certain threshold, is slowly beginning to close some of those digital loopholes. Yet the challenge remains monumental. Criminal networks are agile, constantly adapting, finding new jurisdictions, new technologies, and new unsuspecting intermediaries. They exploit the very globalized digital world we inhabit.
They leverage the scale of the internet to find new victims for scams, generating new illicit funds to be washed. The question isn't whether they'll find new ways to launder money, but whether we, as a global society, can ever truly catch up. The 2026 Global Money Laundering Conspiracy isn't some distant threat. It's happening right now, in the shadows of our financial systems, fueled by our reliance on digital convenience and the inherent complexities of global trade. From the drug lord's dirty cash to the corrupt politician's hidden fortune, every cleaned dollar erodes trust, funds violence, and undermines the very foundations of a just society. It's a stark reminder that true wealth isn't just about what you accumulate, but how you accumulate it. And the battle against these dark empires is a fight for the integrity of our world, a fight that demands vigilance, innovation, and unwavering commitment. What hidden networks do you think we're missing? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into the global money laundering conspiracy unsettling but essential, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more explorations into the unseen forces shaping our world. The more we understand, the better equipped we are to fight back.